Hey, what's good in the neighborhood? What's good in your neighborhoods? We are here again for another blessed episode of Product of the City podcast. And if, I say this all the time, you should get tired of hearing me say it, but you should not get tired of hearing me say this. If you are watching us right now, guess what that means? You are blessed, because guess why? God loves you, because he woke you up for another day to fix something or to save somebody or do something that he would love for you to do. But you just gotta find out what it is. That's what it is. That's all it is. But you're blessed. And today, if you watched the last episode of Product of the City podcast, you saw some sparks flying. You saw Mr. Stefan go in. You saw everybody go in, but you're about to see two of the candidates go in again. So we're going to welcome Mr. Donald, a vote for me is a vote for we, Washington, and Mrs. Don of a New Day, Don Johnson. Ladies and gentlemen, are y'all ready for this? I hope you are. Get ready. So what's up, guys? What's up, guys?
How you doing? Thank you for having us back.
Yes, me for the third time. I think this is my favorite couple.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah,
I like them.
Yes.
I love it.
We love y'all. We love what y'all doing,
Much.
and just want to get out there and do just for the city, just for the youth and everything. Just wanting to be a part of that, because we need that. We need people who care for our youth. I mean, everything that's going on, but it's mainly our youth, because they're going to be our future. They're going to be in control of everything. So just to guide them in the right way. Then everything to be run smoothly in the future. So we just thank y'all for wanting to be there.
Absolutely.
Be that person.
Yes. We appreciate having these guys on, man, because they took time out of their busy day. I'm quite sure they got to run to something after this, man. They got to go do something. They got to get everybody to the poll, man, and vote. You got to go vote, and hopefully it's we don't know who the Jordan Slate is, but hopefully you voted for the Jordan Slate and add one more on to that. They don't know who the Jordan Slate is.
I'm gonna put it on there. The Jordan Slate.
I mean, I don't know if the public know. We don't even care if they know.
No, but I'm about to tell y'all.
Nobody don't want them to know.
No, I want them to know.
Who is the Jordan Slate?
Is Donald Washington,
Yes.
Don Johnson,
Yes.
Lakita Cole,
Yes.
and Stefan Pryor.
Yeah.
Those
that's
the Jordan
dirty.
Slate. I know people
Yes.
was on there. They was like, y'all need one more. I did my homework. Okay, let me throw that in there. Marsha Frutel, even though she's not running for city council, but she's running for the board of education. So Miss Marsha Frutel, yes, that's the Jordan. That's the Jordan Slate.
Yes.
Hey, we all for them. And we can't wait till November the 4th to wake up and see them in their seats. So
Yeah.
now y'all know the Jordan Slates.
Yeah, we definitely.
It may not mean nothing to y'all, but it means a lot to us.
Yeah.
We definitely want to see them in their seats, man. We want to see them in their seats. We want to see these guys in their seats, because guess what? They deserve it. But today we are ready to chop it all the way up. We're gonna dive into it. So tell us, Mr. Donald Washington, man, what have you been up to? What have been your strategies to get people to at least come to the poll to do the early voting?
Well, I've been trying to connect with our young people. I think that's my strength of being 36. And so being able to speak to the ones that's older to me, being wise enough to speak to the ones that's older to me. And then also just still being at that age to where I understand our young people. So my strategy, that's why you always see me, I'm still dressed how I'm dressed. Like, you don't know, sometimes I'll put on a blazer and something like that, but most of the time I dress like me, because it's an expression of me. And I know I connect with the young people, through my fashion. So, I hope that they're paying attention to know that, you don't have to be one way, in order to, want to help your community. And that's what I hope I'm doing. I'm hoping that I'm connecting with the young people and trying to get the young people out, and that's been my strategy.
Yes. That is.
You're doing a good job too. You're doing a good job at it because like our Slate, like Steph, our Brian said, suits and lies because people can be in disguise. They can dress up and look good and everything, and they're not doing for the people. So everything that look good, it ain't always good.
Absolutely.
And not saying that your fashion not good, but just that's the norm that everybody feel like everybody got to dress up, suit and ties, and even it get when they be like tell people to go to court, go put on you a suit and tie. What is that going to look like?
Yeah.
Well, how's that going to help you in any way? I mean, you are who you are.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
You are who you are.
Absolutely. And you hit on a good point. That's my point. That's my point as far as wanting these kids to start to participate in this sector. You know what I mean? You start to participate in politics because you can be wanting to be a rapper or you can want to be a singer, whatever it is, and be cool and still, because the coolest thing you can do is help your community. So you can do those things and still be you.
Yes.
Exactly.
That's 100% true. What do you say, Don? What do you say?
But in terms of how I'm getting people to the polls, or
Yes, all of it.
So we've been out canvassing, boots on the ground. We're trying to hit every single neighborhood and talk to as many people as possible. I consider myself a bridge. I have a lot of different types of friends and people that I hang out with from all different backgrounds. So my vision is to really bring different communities together for the sake of improving our city and for the sake of new leadership and for the sake of voting. So, that's why it's so important to get out there to vote, and even on the days when I'm tired, because listen, y'all, this is a lot of work. Look at me. Yeah. It's a lot of work. Like, this is not for the weak. So, but y'all are worth it. Like, the community is worth it. Every single second is worth it to my community to make sure that we're getting the message out that we need new leadership and that y'all need to vote. So just make sure you guys do. I remember we went to a school.
Yeah.
You
too? Or the,
yeah, we went to a school. Yeah. And had a great time. Like, that was probably one of my favorite days on the trail.
Mine as well.
Yeah.
What was so special about that day that you guys went to this certain school? And what was the outcome what were some of the responses that you got from the teachers, the administration, and especially the students that you spoke to?
Well, I just enjoyed we were playing, but we were also informing them. It was just special to just see their cute little faces and how they're looking at us and looking up to us. That was just so special. And that actually just like fueled my soul and filled my heart with so much joy and really reminded me why this is so important because our youth needs us really, really bad. So the response was amazing. We met with Mrs.
Tala.
Shout out to her. Listen, every school needs Twala.
Yeah, I think it's Twala. Yeah.
Listen,
Tawala who?
I think
Taylor.
I think so.
Okay. Yeah, shout out to Tawala Taylor. And it's good that you said that because I gotta call her and get her on. Tawala, a good friend of mine.
She's doing amazing things.
Okay.
Oh,
She's doing amazing things.
Yes, she do.
Wow.
She do.
Yeah.
She always have. I mean, her heart is so pure. Like,
So
we went to her
much.
50th birthday party, babe.
Yeah.
Tawala Taylor,
Yeah.
yes. We went to her 50th birthday party. It was up off of Route 4. It was like last year or 2 years ago.
I think I remember you talking. I think I remember who you talking about.
Yes.
Yeah.
She's amazing. She's amazing.
She loved the kids.
Yeah.
Oh,
Absolutely.
She
Oh
loved
my
the kids.
God.
She lived for the kids.
Yeah.
She
absolutely.
deserves some type of award, some type
Wow.
of
Yes, she
recognition.
did. She ended up because she got her doctorate degree too.
Yep.
Yes.
This is what
she-
we ate upstairs?
Yes.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, she's a good. So I need to reach out to her because I did want to get her on here. Hopefully she do.
Right.
Yes. So y'all was surrounded by some good people.
That's what's up. Yeah, that's what's up. So I want to know, we want to get a public. Now we want to give y'all a chance. Now, if you didn't get to ask any questions last time, we want to really, really hone in on your questions so they can give a great answer, because it's getting close to get to that poll. Like you can do the early voting now, but we want to make sure you get there by if you can't make it early now, you want to get there November the 4th. And we're kind of trying to, me and Donald had a little strategy of trying to get you guys there. And like, if you need a ride, Donald was going to rent a limousine for everybody.
Yeah.
I don't know if he was going to do that, but we want to try all outlets to make sure you guys get in. Yes, we really want to make sure you guys get those votes in. So if you have any questions, Terry Wright says hello. She said, "Hey y'all."
Hey, Terry.
Hey, what's up? What's up, Terry? What's up? Yes, but we want to make sure you guys get in there. But how we want to start this off? We want to start it off grimy. Y'all want to start it off grimy? No, we ain't start grimy. We ain't doing that. We ain't doing that. We don't got stuff on it.
I came forward. Let's go.
They taking it. So how do you, I want to know, Don, take your time. Explain it how you want to explain it. But how do you feel about the teamwork and the energy, amongst your constituents going into this thing we call voting? How do you feel about it?
Constituents are my peers. So
I say my peers.
Yeah, my peers. Okay.
I'm trying to use big words, don't even know what I mean. That could have been something else. But go ahead, your peers.
My peers. You're talking about the candidates that run it, right?
Yes.
Okay. Well, us two, we have just made this connection, and it's been great. I reached out to her first. I saw her platform, and I saw how much her platform aligned with mine. And when I reached out to her, it was nothing but love, and we've been rocking since then. Going out together, you know what I mean? As far as like getting our literature out together and stuff like that. So it's been great. She's a genuine person, and I really believe she needs to be on council. Raphael Prophet, he's been great to me. He's actually donated to my campaign.
Okay, Raphael.
He's actually donated to my campaign, and we've had multiple conversations of him just he's an older man, so he's trying to give me some game, of running this race. So he's been great to me. Stephon Pryor, he's another one that's been great to me. He definitely got my vote as well.
Yes.
A great dude. He comes with it real. He's not going to hold any punches.
Right.
And I think we definitely need people like that on council for sure. Those are, I would say, the ones that I really have formed a relationship with. Lakita Cole, she when I'm around her, she always show me love as far as when we in a room, how to work a room.
Right.
So I appreciate that. But those the people I named have definitely been helping me. Definitely being the new guy, the inexperienced guy, and they've showed me love.
That's awesome. Now, what say you, Don? We're not gonna say the constituents, but we're gonna say your peers. How do you feel like they impacted your or you felt about them like as being like some type of support to you?
I feel like I really appreciated the support that we had for one another. Politics can get really dirty and really nasty. So, I think that we have gotten further by sticking together. That's the way that feels good to me. That's the way that it should be is, us teaming up and sticking together. So, I deeply appreciate Donald. He's been real helpful with helping me just get in front of the youth and just reminding me always why that we need to keep the youth at the forefront. And I deeply appreciate that. I got to give a shout out to my charter Slate, my charter folks, Steve Gooden, Don Driehaus, Lakita, and Aaron Weiner. They've been very supportive and have helped to help me with my messaging, help me to really become I don't want to say a politician, but I'll just say a good public speaker, and really helping me to hone in on my messaging to the people. So I appreciate that. Stephon, love him. I just love his genuine nature. We need more authentic people like that in office. And so I will absolutely vote for him. He's definitely got my vote. So yeah, I would say, and there's been a few people out there, the ones that you don't hear about that are not necessarily on the campaign, but are supporters
Right.
of the campaign. I want to give
What's
a
some of
shout out
those
to,
names? What's some of those names?
Amber Cassim is, oh my gosh, that's my girl. She is very, what am I gonna say? Like, she's no holds barred. Like she knows her stuff. She knows what she's talking about. She does her research. So, like, if anybody comes out and tries to challenge Amber, you're gonna lose. So don't even try it. So I really want to
Wow.
give a shout out to her because she's been extremely supportive. She's been behind the scenes making really amazing moves that are gonna help us win. So she's one of those silent supporters, yet very loud and very helpful. So gotta give her a shout out.
That's
family.
awesome. Go
I
ahead,
didn't even
keep
say
going.
my family.
Yes.
My family, my husband. Oh my gosh.
I have to say that too. My family is
Right?
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
we always,
Yeah.
gotta give my family. My mom has been so amazing. She's been out canvassing with me. She helped me get all the signatures I needed. Even my son, like the other day, we went out canvassing and he was just so helpful. He enjoyed passing out lit to everybody and talking to people. So shout out to my baby Jordan. So yeah, my family, and that's what it takes. It takes everybody, the whole community, the whole village to really hold us up. So
It really does. It really does.
So this is what I want to know. So just say like today, it's the day before election. What would you say, like, if you know how, like, you getting ready for a boxing match? Like,
And you got those jitters up in you.
Yeah, like, or you just really need to get the word out and what's your best line? You just gotta go get them to draw people in to vote for you. Like, just give it your all. Like, I mean, even if you have to, like, not like stepping on people's toes.
Yeah.
You know, maybe you gotta step on people's toes because this is a race.
Yeah.
I'm gonna step on some toes.
Yes,
I'm stepping on
it is
toes.
a race, but not like, but you're not stepping on it in a wrongful way or anything like that. But you want to be here, like if somebody running, like you gotta go there, give it your shot. I want to hear like give them your all.
I'll go first.
Give us y'all.
Well, what I first want to say is that I don't mind stepping on toes.
That's what I wanted to hear. Just be
Look, like, I think that in this current political environment, we have moved past diplomacy. And I'm gonna take it national, but I'm gonna bring it back. 77 million people voted for Donald Trump. I mean, this is a
Lord
buffoon.
Jesus.
You know what I mean? Like this is a character. This guy does not deserve the position. So if you got so moving past him, you got 77 million people who decided that this guy was qualified to run the office. And his approach is not diplomatic at all.
Right.
So when you got something like that, you are setting a political environment that's dangerous. So for me to say I won't step on people's toes, no, I'm going to step on your toes because we are dealing with people's lives.
Yes.
It's too many times that these politicians are playing politics.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, backdooring deals, and this is disgusting.
It's disgusting.
It's disgusting because we are playing with people's lives. Every decision that they're making, somebody is affected by this. So those ones who need to get out the way, get out the way. Yeah. Just get out the way. So to answer her question directly, what would I say the day before election? First, I would tell you a vote for me is really a vote for we, and I mean it. I can't. That is the best way I can express that because I see myself as those people that I've been out there shaking hands with, campaigning to. I see myself as you because I am you. I'm not joining this to line my pockets. I'm not going to just fall in line. And I think that's a strength in me because I think you got some seasoned politicians that, let's say, already know how things work, and then they just going to fit and fall in line. I don't plan to come to fall in line. I plan to fight for you.
Come on.
And,
Right.
and that's what I am. I'm not a politician. I'm a fighter. I like to call myself a freedom fighter because I want to see a future for these kids. It's not that we don't have enough money. We have enough money. It's not that we don't have enough laws and we need more police. And no, we need to direct those resources to the place that they need to be directed to in order to really progress society. And those politicians we have right now aren't doing that. So that's what I would say to you the day before election, which I just said to you now. So I hope that you hear me.
Yes.
Yes. Give it
Y'all
up.
heard that? Give it up. Give it up. Give it up. Yes. Give it up. Give it up. Yes. Give it up. Give it up.
Yes, my sister Don. Same for you. Like he just said, he don't care about stepping on toes.
He don't
so,
care.
Hey,
And it's the dawn of a new day.
So
Okay.
come on, bring it. Step on somebody's toes for us.
And sure will. So, it's the dawn of a new day and it's time for a new way, y'all. I consider myself a humanitarian. I also don't consider myself a politician. This is something that is heart-centered. This is something that I am doing because of some tragedies that I've gone through and that have deeply affected me in a way that has that let me know that we need help and that the tragedies that I've gone through, unfortunately, are not unique to me. And I feel deeply connected to my people that are out here suffering and nobody's helping them. We're waiting for somebody that's not coming, but I'm here. I'm coming. I'm here for you. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to fight for you. I'm going to be there for you. I'm going to meet you where you are. It's time for healing. They say, we're sick and tired of being sick and tired. And that is exactly how I feel.
Yes.
I've had too much loss. I've gone through way too much to give up now. But, also it's just so important that when you feel compelled to lead, that you do it, that you step up, that you do it no matter what. Even when it's hard, even if it feels hard, even if you feel like you're going to lose, do it, try it. Put your passion into purpose, put your pain into purpose. And that's exactly what I'm doing and will continue to do. This has not been easy for me. I'm still actively grieving the loss of my baby. My brother was arrested. You know what I'm saying? And my 14-year-old nephew died of gun violence. And
man, sorry to
you know
hear
what
that.
I'm saying? Like all of those things happened last year, May, June, and July of last
back to
year.
back.
Sorry to
This
hear
didn't
that.
just, this was, and that's what really deeply connected me and really told me like, hold on, because of the way that I felt after all three of those things happened, I just felt like our city didn't have the resources available for somebody like me. I'm an activist. I work in the community. I'm a hard worker, but I just feel like the resources have not been there. So I want to be that resource. I want to be that person. I want to be that leader, and I'm going to be as soon as I get on council. So
Yes.
Let me add something to something she said. She said the resources aren't there. I'm gonna say the resources are there, but they're not allocating to where
Right.
we need them to be.
exactly.
Right.
They're not.
And that's
not
why
in the
we
right
need to be
place.
on council.
Exactly.
Give it up for them. Give it up for God. Y'all heard them. Y'all heard them.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm not a politic person or whatever, but since, me, we've been, supporting y'all and I've been like looking up stuff, doing my research on certain little things. So tell me if I'm wrong or not. So and just correct me and then educate me. So what I'm just saying for people who can understand it, even people who don't understand how it goes. So basically, when you said the resources, the money, right?
Absolutely.
Well, I'm saying resources, but I'm also saying the nonprofits, like the mental health care, and that's a big thing. So, there are a lot of these nonprofits are out here that keep getting funding. There's no oversight. They're working in silos. Nobody's really working together. For example, right after I lost my baby, they handed me a pamphlet and just said, "Have a nice day."
Wow.
And that was it. No follow-up phone call to be like, "How you doing?"
Who did?
What do you
Who
need?
left the paper? Who gave you the paper? Who handed out paper to you? Uh-oh.
Stepping on toes.
Stepping on toes and
Shout out
throwing
to Christ
elbows.
Hospital.
Christ Hospital.
Christ Hospital?
So, they yeah, and that's not the first time. That happens very often. I actually stood in the elevator with a woman that was like holding her newborn. Like, so nobody thought, like, is there a different exit? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Is there, like, so nobody's thinking about these things. That's why I talk about legislation with care, because that, it's just like real simple things, thinking it through, like that really shows that you care about people's well-being,
Yeah.
Right.
and how they leave certain spaces and organizations and hospitals. Like, so I felt like, wow, it would have been great for somebody to call me, like a grief coach or counselor, to say, hey girl, what's up? Like, you're about to go through one of the most difficult, most gut-wrenching, heartbreaking times of your life. So here, get a free massage. Let me give you this number to this bereavement account where you can get your bills paid for, a month, so you don't have to worry about paying your bills.
Yeah.
Because, we know you're an entrepreneur and you'll probably be depressed. You probably won't feel like working. Let's cut you a check. Cut you a check. Let's get you a free massage. Let's set you up with therapy. You know what I'm saying? Let's help you through this. But no, that doesn't exist. And that's one of the things that I was just like, wow, like our women are not handled well. The maternal death rate in Ohio is the highest in the nation. And, a lot of that is because of stress and diet. And I could go on about that. But anyway, I just feel like, dang, like as a woman, I didn't feel like I was treated with honor, respect, or care at all.
And something else that I hear her speaking to, she's speaking to the disconnect of people who make legislation and the actual people who have to live it. Like, that these people, you need people in positions that actually experience life in the way that you're experiencing life.
Exactly.
In order to do something about those situations.
I agree.
And I think right now we have a lot of people on council that does not experience life to the problem, to the solutions that they're coming up with to the problem.
Right.
Of course.
Right.
Of course. Like, we stepping on toes. We stepping on toes.
Stepping on toes and throwing elbows.
Because this
Yes.
is real. This
Yes.
is, I keep
Real life.
stressing, this is real
life.
lives we are dealing with.
Get her out
Real
of here.
life.
y'all.
You have to have people who connect with the people who've been through these experiences and coming up with these solutions. And I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna let y'all take y'all over here.
Hey, do your thing. Do your thing. We here for y'all.
So when I'm out there, when she was mentioning like the nonprofits that's getting the money, when I'm out there campaigning, I have met so many people in the community that have started their nonprofits, but just can't get funding.
Exactly.
Just can't get the funding, and they need to be the ones that get the funding because they are the ones with the boots on the ground. They are the ones with the experience. They are the ones who have experienced such a traumatic event that made them start that nonprofit, and they're going to do the right thing because their hearts and their passions is in it. It's not just a business to them.
Exactly.
And that's why you need representation.
Exactly.
That's why you need people who have experienced life.
Yeah.
You can't have people just textbook reading. You can read all you want how to be a doctor, but if you ain't did that surgery, you don't know what you're doing.
Yeah.
So it's the same over here. We got people making legislation that are not people. They robots.
That's true. And
They
like
robots.
one time, I remember we were at this forum, and I was like, I don't know if you were there or not, but we, all the incumbents were there, and I asked them because they started talking about like, how are they going to help inner city children? And of course, we got Anna Albee over here talking that weird plan that she has to help the Black children and Black low-income families with this, we call it the hangry legislation.
The hangry legislation.
Yeah.
What's the hangry legislation?
I'll get to that in a second.
Okay.
But my point is, at that forum, like I had to ask everybody. I asked everybody that was sitting there, all of the incumbents, all of the candidates. I said, "Who in here has ever been to Winton Terrace?" Okay.
Wow.
So everybody who so of course I raised my hand. Stefan, Raphael, Jan Michelle, Scotty, but did any other of the
Others.
others raise their hand? Absolutely
The
not.
out of touch
The
others.
out of touch
Right,
others.
right.
I'm like, who has ever like, okay, let's take it a step further. Sat down at the table and broken bread with one of the families in Winton Terrace.
Right, to really find out what's
To
good.
really go up to, right.
Yeah.
Okay. Still, the others did not raise their hands. And I said, exactly. So you haven't gone through these problems. You haven't even gone to the neighborhood to meet people where they are. So you are not qualified to be talking about anything that pertains to Blacks or low income people because you don't even know. You try to, okay, so I'm about to get to Anna Albee. She hired some
I thought you was
professor.
already on it.
Okay, she hired some professor to come in and to talk to her about to persuade her. I don't know. She hired some professor, not even from Cincinnati, to verify that hangry legislation that she's trying to promote, which basically says that these kids are committing crimes because they're hungry.
What?
Go ahead, let that sit there for.
Whoa.
Let that sit there.
I had to hit a trombone on that one.
Wow.
Because they hungry.
Because they hungry.
Because they're hungry.
But
and
they-
her amazing, innovative idea is she's gonna give everybody that is low income $100. Okay.
$100.
For groceries. For groceries. And guess what?
They'll probably buy a bag of apples. A bag of apples.
$100.
100.
Not by Felicia, by Anna. By Anna. By Anna.
Buy Anna. What?
Like,
That's crazy.
oh, girl.
This is real life, and she said 100.
$100.
$100. And you're going to get groceries, and guess what? They're going to get delivered to you. Oh, my God.
Oh my God.
Like she just made that up. Okay, well, what about Instacart? You could order groceries and
So disconnected.
like so disconnected.
That's crazy.
What's somebody gonna do with $100?
Right.
And then I asked her, I challenged her. I said, okay, Anna, you love this, like this new, you're so excited about this. I said, well, how many Black people did you hire to do the delivery? Like, did you actually develop this business or this legislation with, like, did you hire the community to do this? Is it all community workers? Like, if you really want to feed somebody, give them a business, give that community a business so that
Right.
it's self-run and supported by the city. Like, how many Black delivery workers did you hire to do this? Right? So, and she just, nothing, faceless, like nothing. And that's exactly what I'm saying. You have people like her that are so disconnected, but she wants to be this white knight that saves the Black community. But I highly doubt she's ever even been to a Black person.
I think we all highly doubt that. Yeah, you're right. We all on board with that.
Wow. So that just goes back to what I was saying too, as far as all of it is basically around money. So basically it's like the people who already on council, the money that they're going, they put it in the wrong resources in the wrong places. So they need to move that money to where it's needed. So that's what I'm saying. What I'm learning is just money where the people who've been on council using it to where they
other
wanted
things.
other
Yeah.
things
Yeah.
instead of
They
to
say it's
where
gonna be here, but it's over
needed.
there.
So it's over there. So they saying, like, so if it the low income housing and where you see more crime and everything else, but y'all not even putting more money there. So that's what I was saying.
Yeah.
That the money needs to be moved around. So that's why I'm thinking, like, go ahead and get them off council, get
Yes.
the new people on
And let
who
them do the
understand
job.
it and who'd have been there.
They don't
and
want
they
that,
know
though.
where the money gonna go
They
and
don't
put
want
the
that.
money there. Everything, take that money. That's why I said the politics, what I'm learning, it is all about money. But it's like you got to move the money
Depending
around.
on who you got
Yeah,
who
it's
got in them
basically
seats.
moving the money to where it needs to be.
And to contribute to what you're saying, I had a conversation with a guy named Ronald Hummins, I believe, Ronald Hummins, and he's been doing his work for a long time. And he's presenting legislation to consider childhood trauma an emergency. And if he explained it to me to say, well, if they consider it an emergency, if they officially make it an emergency,
then they have to start putting funds towards it to get to take care of the problem.
A public health
Right.
crisis.
Exactly,
Yeah.
a public health crisis, and
Yeah.
they have to. But he said, Vice Mayor Jen Michelle, she was for it. She wanted it. She fought for it, and guess who didn't want it?
Don't say it.
I'm gonna say it. They're stepping on toes today.
on, say
Yes.
it.
Like we talking about
Yes.
people's lives.
Let's step on toes and throw them elbows.
The AvTab.
Oh my God.
He wasn't for it.
He went against it.
He went
my
against
God.
Tab.
And
Come on,
and he
Abby.
went against it. Look.
You have to have
Laffy Taffy.
Our conditions as such, it is socially engineered.
Yeah.
If we're talking about we have the money, we have the resources, but they're just not being allocated in the places to get these problems done,
Right.
that means you are perpetuating this problem.
Yes.
So if he the way Ronald explained it to me is, like I said, if you consider it this is a public safety emergency, then they have to put them funds to fixing it. And they refuse to do it because they know that is going to help the problem.
Yeah.
So
That's sad.
they act like, curfews is going to take care of violence. Man, this is silly.
Right, right.
So, and then let me speak to that. It was 380,000. That was the budget or the revenue that went towards these curfew homes, right? So as of September, I'm not sure now, but as of September, there was not one kid in the curfew center.
What?
Not one kid in the curfew center. So with that being said, you just took 380,000 and you spent it on a curfew center to say fighting violence or trying to reduce crime that these kids are committing, that you're claiming allegedly. And with that being said, that money comes so quickly. Like where you can just move that money real quick.
Right.
But when it's time to move that money to something that's really going to help to prevent, to these nonprofits, it's all this red tape.
Right. Come on.
Get these people out of here.
Come on.
Yeah.
Get these people out of here.
Yeah.
They playing politics with people's lives.
Yeah, they are. Like they could have spent that money on, some programming.
They go Ronald Hummus.
What he said?
What
He said, declare state of emergency on childhood trauma.
Yeah.
There it is.
Yeah,
There it
state of
is.
emergency
Yeah.
on childhood.
Yes.
Because that's so true. I mean, kids are, when they're exposed to trauma, are 10 times more likely to commit a crime. And if it's unaddressed. So, and there's nothing in place to address it directly. Not in our schools, and not really at all. There's a few nonprofits here and there, but like there's nothing that is there intentionally to help these kids work through their trauma. So you expect these kids to show up to school
Right.
and learn when they just saw their friend or their mama get shot and killed in the street? How dare you? That's
It's
so
ridiculous.
irresponsible.
It's ridiculous.
That's so irresponsible. How dare you guys? How dare you? How do you sleep at night treating people this way?
Yeah.
How do you sleep at night and you know people are dying and that's blood on your hands?
We want to say that we got a couple of comments on her. Stephanie, what is that? Stephanie Chichester. She said, "Yes, step on them toes and throw all the elbows." You are absolutely right. She said, "Period." And we want to also thank Stephanie for her donation. We want to thank you, sis. Thank you, sis.
Yes,
Thank
yes.
you.
Donald Hummer said, "Well said, Donald." He said, "Well said, well said, well said."
Thank you, thank
well
you.
said.
Yes, that's
Well
really
said.
good.
So Laffy Taffy AvTab is the reason for this not getting passed.
Well, listen, I'm going to say AvTab. He does a lot of photo ops. He's at the youth basketball games and all the Black community block parties and things like that. But when it comes to policy, I don't see anything different that AvTab has put forth that's actually helping the community, like something like I just mentioned. Considering it a crisis, a state of emergency, and those funds happen to be forced to help these kids.
Right. That is sad.
That's daggone shame.
That is
and just because he looks like us doesn't mean he is us. That's extremely important to understand. He actually has, he wants to be a governor or senator. Like he has plans. Like his heart isn't in Cincinnati anymore, you guys. Like you have to
Wow.
understand. He has his eyes set on a larger goal. So he's willing to sell us out to do whatever it takes so he can get on to his next job. So meanwhile, we're back here suffering and having to pick up for the mess that he's made, which y'all see is happening right now. So it's just going to be more of the same. And y'all understand the definition of insanity.
Wow, that is crazy, man. It seems to be a lot of undisclosed, I don't want to say corruption, but some sneakiness going on.
Corruption is the right word.
Corruption is the right word.
Corruption is the right word.
Right.
But also really, it's not sneaky. They're doing it right in front of our face. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Because they are so the egos, they think that they depend on us being uninformed. They depend on us not coming out to vote.
Absolutely.
They depend on us not stepping up. You know what I'm saying? So that's intentional. But they're going to keep doing it. It's blatant. It's right in front of our face. That's why they have to go. It's top-down politics. Hey, ho, ho.
Yes.
Top-down politics have to go.
Gotta go.
She did that at a forum, and the crowd was reacting to it. It was so great. I wish I would have got it on camera.
Oh, they was all with it.
Yeah, they were.
That's what's up,
Mount
man.
Lookout. Yeah. Mount Lookout at that.
And Mount Lookout?
And Mount Lookout.
Yes, they was with her.
Yeah.
Halftime stepping grounds and
they
stomping
were-
grounds.
Yeah.
with her.
Yeah.
Wow. So they agree with you.
Absolutely.
It's time to go.
Absolutely.
So what I want to say, what is one of the things that you would if you get in the seat, what is one of the first thing you can't your mouth is like, how you got that you smell, you want some food and you smell it and the back of your mouth is like it's itching your neck. But what is one of the first things that you want to tap on when you get that seat down, or what's one of the first things you want to hit?
Well, my platform in general, I am trying to bring back CCY. That's the Citizens Committee for Youth. That's the youth, the city ran youth employment program. The next thing was on my platform is a gun buyback. I want to get those guns off the streets. Less guns on the street equals safer streets by default, in my opinion. Less guns, it's got to be safer. So we need to get the guns off the streets. And now this third thing, I actually want to work with Ronald because he actually put me up on game, you could say, to say, okay, my approach was we need to implement mental health programs in all Cincinnati public schools.
Yes.
After talking to him, he's telling me, look, that could work, but you have to actually attack childhood trauma.
Yeah.
Right.
And he said, because he's saying that there's a difference in the two.
Yeah.
And if that's what's going to get our kids where they need to be, that's what I want to support. And then also I have a program called the Hard Knock Rose program, to where I want to connect credible mentors, and they have a program like this already within the human services. But I would like to enhance that program to where I want to connect credible mentors, meaning that people who have made some mistakes in their life, but have changed their life and want to get in these youth life and show them that the streets is not for them, that the streets is a game. Actually, let me tell you something. For all of you who participate in the street life, you are a white supremacist. And I'm telling you the truth, because if you know what a white supremacist is, I'm not saying all white people are white supremacists. Please make it clear. I am saying the ones who are white supremacists, they find that to be okay that you're out there shooting and killing each other. You're doing their work. Exactly.
Yeah.
And I sound like a broken record because this is nothing that's not been said before, but it's coming from me because I have heard what my ancestors and the ones that came before me, what they saying and why it makes sense. And I'm just repackaging it to bring it to you again, because we have to understand these things.
Right.
We cannot be working against ourselves and the system is working against us. We can't do that.
We can't.
We have to start participating in this system.
Yep.
Because it's the only system we have.
Right.
And we have to start putting people in places that's going to do something for us. And that's where I want to start.
Yes.
Y'all, Donald.
Now, Don, Well, let me get your stance on where you want to start. What's one of the first? I'm gonna ask you something after this, but what's one of the first things that you want to attack when you get in that seat?
So I'm going to partner with Donald, and we're going to get these trauma recovery centers up and running. I mean, we have to tackle it. So I agree. That's the first thing on my list. Like, we got to get them in schools. I want to actually open a trauma recovery center. So, if somebody, for example, let's go back to the example of somebody who saw their friend get shot on a Monday, but is expected to go to school on a Tuesday. Absolutely not. They should go to this trauma recovery center and be able to get the help that they need. But, while still working on their schoolwork, but there will be people surrounding them and helping them to actually give them the skills and tools available to help them work through their trauma.
Right.
There will be grief coaches. Hopefully, we can also develop a program to bring in more African-American males that could be like trauma coaches. It's easier to be a coach than it probably is to be a therapist or a psychologist. It's the easier pipeline. So we can open up a program to build that pipeline, because they need to see people that look like them, that will encourage them to get out of the situations that they're in and to heal. So, they need their fathers, they need father figures. So that will be the first thing that I do. The second thing is I'm going to repeal and replace connected community. I know I sound like a broken record, but that's what listen, that was the first reason why I decided to run, because I saw them come to my neighborhood, to my community councils. They lied. They said they wouldn't vote for the legislation, but then on the day of, they did. They looked me right in my face, and then they voted for the legislation. And I was like, okay, well, I'm just going to have to come for you then. So we're going to repeal and replace connected communities, and we're going to really create a legislation that, will help for more development, but it won't hurt people in the process, which the current legislation does.
Can I add to that?
Yes.
As far as the connected communities, and I want to add to that because I had a troll on Facebook from the page Better Cincinnati, or Cincinnati Better or something. It's a political page, and he told me that I was scum because I said I support connected communities, which was it way out of context. I never said that. The question was asked to me, and let me tell y'all this. I'm not as such where I dance around questions. I'm going to answer your question. So a lot of politicians like to dance around questions, but he asked, well, I don't even know if it was him, but the question was asked and he was at the forum. I don't know who run the page. So the question was asked. He said, everyone up there is saying they want to repeal connected communities. Is there anything good in it that you guys can take from it? I answered the question directly, because most politicians probably would dance around it and say, oh, yeah, there's some good stuff, but it's so bad that this, which is true. But you asked me a question and I'm going to answer it.
Right.
So what I said was, there's some verbiage in there that says that some places would be zoned for 3 and 4 family units. Now, with that being said, I said, but you have to go a step further to say, and with those 3 or 4 units, they can only be loans of residential properties. That way it's not commercial property, meaning the developers come in to be able to do it. It would be citizens like you and I developing their own neighborhood, because these zones would only be considered 3 and 4 families, and they would only be for residential loans.
Right.
That's what I said. I never said I supported it.
But he skipped past all of it.
Not only did he skip past it, but then he blocked me. He didn't let me respond. So I said, hey, I didn't say this, and then he
stole
said,
you.
oh, you're taking away single family homes. You're trying to take people out of their homes, and then he blocked me. He wouldn't let me respond.
I hate
But
when they
I'm
do
getting
that.
a lot of cowardness like that.
Yeah.
Where you saying something, but you don't want to back it up when I'm coming back with what the truth is.
Yeah. So he stole on your rant.
Exactly.
Basically,
Yeah,
that's what he did. That's what he did. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, I wanted to Those are both great answers, man. I can sense the genuineness in your tone, the way that you display your reaction to the question, and I applaud that, man. That's real good. Stephanie Tyson said, "Great live, guys. My first one, and I'm so glad that I chose this.
Wow.
Okay, Stephanie.
Great content.
Thank you.
Yes,
Stephanie.
yes.
Thank you.
So, like I said, Don, I wanted to ask you, like, now I heard you speak briefly on losing a loved one to gun violence, and I wanted to know, where was your stance? Like, what would be one of the things, when I'm sure that you would kind of like team up with Donald on that same note, but what would be one of the things that you would want to implement to help get these guns out the street and to help with the trauma that the children are going through?
So, I think that I'm very disappointed in the amount of people that are leaving guns in their cars. Stop doing that. Stop doing that. That is not a secure way to store your gun. If you don't want your gun in the house with your children, find another way. Stop doing that. I was at a forum the other day. I was actually at this citizens meeting, and AFTAB was there. And they were asking him, they said, okay, well, you don't want us to, somebody had said that, like, we got to stop storing the guns in the car. And someone's like, well, we're not allowed to take our guns, excuse me, into the banks. Apparently there's no guns allowed.
Downtown in the banks? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
So-
inside a bank.
No, you talking about the banks, like get your cash, or you talking
No,
about
I'm
the
talking
banks?
about the banks downtown.
Downtown, yes.
Yeah, apparently you're not allowed to take guns on the banks. And so apparently when people are told that, they go and put the gun in the car. And I was like, and I don't understand why they're doing that, because we have lockers. We're like, you do? Where? At the police station. So you think somebody is
Gonna go
going
all
to
the way
walk
to the poli- yeah.
into the police station with a gun and say,
A black person at that.
Right.
Hey, yo, hold on up.
Hey, can you hold my gun for me, cop? What are you talking about?
Oh my God. I mean, that.
He was like, yeah, it's very underutilized. You think? You think so?
Right.
Like, why don't you have some lockers that are available, like right there at the entrance? See, it's just it's like,
exactly.
come on, just so okay. So, I just think so. First, I just think that we really need to figure out how to tackle this issue of storing your gun in the car, because that's big. Like, a lot of these kids are, especially a pickup truck. For some reason, there's an association with guns and pickup trucks, and my husband's car has been broken into several times
man.
because kids are looking for guns. So that could be an easy fix. So and I was real disappointed when I even heard, like, one of the police officer, a police chief or a police deputy or something, somebody high ranking, got her gun stolen out of her car. Girl, what are you doing?
Wow.
Why are you doing this? Because there's these safes. I was told by this young man, there's a safe that you can put in your middle console that you can put your gun in. Get one, please get one.
Right.
So I mean, it's so get the guns, like, stop. So I feel like there should be consequences for that. I do.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are like, well, then you're punishing the victims. Well, not necessarily. It's not that I want to punish people for getting their guns stolen, but I mean, we all know that it's very irresponsible for you to be storing your gun in a car. So we really need to get a handle on that. You just really need to stop doing that. And I don't know if the gun safes are too expensive. Like, what is it? Why do people feel like that's a acceptable way? So I think we need to really look at that. I think it's a really complex issue because, I have friends that are state reps who say, that their hands are tied when they try to,
Everybody's hands are tied.
everybody's hands are tied.
Right.
But at the state level, with all of these Republicans that are these, just pro-gun people, they're just not budging on these gun laws. The other thing is this, though. I think because there is a gun doesn't mean that you got to use it. That doesn't mean that you got to shoot your brother.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So the root cause, we got to get down to the root cause. We have to educate each other and let each other know that we're bigger than the hood. We're bigger than these problems that we're going through, and teach these kids how to turn their pain into passion, and teach these kids that they are extremely valuable, and that they
Yes.
are not to point a gun at their brother.
Yes.
Don't do it. Don't do the work that they want you to do.
Yes.
Because I mean, that's what's going on. So I think we really gotta get around our youth, and we have to teach them how valuable they are. They have to know how much we love them. They have to have hope. You know, and that's why I say I think that trauma recovery will
Very
help.
important.
It is very
important.
important. You know, I think it's programming. It's giving them tools, resources, programming that will help them to get excited. So,
Yes.
you know, I've thought about having a youth incubator where, you know, the kids come in, they have a business idea, and at the end, give them $10,000 to get started. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Exactly.
What's the
Exactly.
money at the end? Why not? Because I mean, I think that would be amazing. You know, I was also talking about back in the day, they used to have programming during the summer on Fountain Square for the kids, where they had like a talent show / dance contest. Shout out to Ashley.
I didn't know
Bryant.
that.
I remember till this day. I mean, we worked all summer on this dance, and it was to This Is How We Do It. I still even remember the dance, and we won. You know
Right.
what I'm
Oh, y'all
saying?
won. Okay.
But-
Okay.
But for real, like when we spent the entire summer working on it. Why is that significant? Because we were busy. This was important to us. You know, we were performing. in
Kept
front
you
the
out of
whole-
trouble and everything.
Yes.
Yeah. Something
We
to
were
look forward
busy.
to. Yeah.
We were
Yeah.
performing for the whole city.
Yeah, yeah.
The city was watching the result of our hard work, and they were applauding us. And
Inspiration.
we got a little prize at the end. It meant everything to us.
Right.
And I feel that even as a 40-year-old woman, you know what I'm saying? I feel that joy that I felt as a teenager with that opportunity. Why aren't we doing that still? Like
Yeah.
stuff like that. That's not hard.
Yeah.
That doesn't cost anybody anything. It's
Right.
just creating these platforms and these opportunities to keep these kids busy so that they're not thinking of violent things to do to each other and, you know, just wreaking havoc on each other in the community. So
Right.
I think it's hitting it's hitting the trauma.
I think it's a good idea too, because I think it'd be like shifting the mind. Just say like the children, like you said, for those programs, just say if it's on Tuesdays and Thursday,
Yeah.
and just say Tuesday earlier, and they just around some peers who's looking to get into something, doing something bad, but on they mental, like, nah, tonight I get to go do this today, right?
Right.
This is something, so it's shifting their mind.
Yeah.
So
Right.
that's exactly what I think that'd be a good program, because they got something to look forward to.
Mm-hmm.
I say that as an adult. We always have to shift our mind and always have to something to look forward to, because even it's the mental. It's all about the mental. So when I would tell him, like, going to work all the time, going to work, coming home, going to work, you like, what do I want to go to work for? Because
Right.
so you got to have something to look forward to.
Yes.
So that's why we stay busy. We always doing something because we got something to look forward to. So our mental is not depressed.
Exactly. Exactly.
So and that's what these kids need.
Yeah.
They need something to look forward
Yeah.
to, and then they won't be so quick to want to do the bad things, because the good things is, it's fun,
Right.
instead of the bad things. So
Yeah.
it's just all about shifting the mind. So y'all directing everything as far as the youth and getting the youth and their mental, that really is going to help a lot of crime, a lot of violence.
Yes.
It's going to really really help.
It
I remember
does.
one time I was like, in the city we see a lot of, young black men shooting and killing each other, this and that or whatever. I remember one time something just came to my mind. One time I was like, dang, if I was in position, not talking about my own counsel or nothing, I didn't even, this is my first year even thinking about counsel stuff, But I was just like, if I was in position to be, I would do something like have something where it'd be like mothers with sons. I don't care if the son's 20 our 30 or whatever, and it's like a sleepover. Like, where's your son today? Like
love
every
it.
mother go pull your son for this weekend and see how
Connect
much
with it,
violence
reconnect.
is not for that weekend or whatever. Like,
Yeah.
to just,
A
you know, like,
retreat.
like something mothers
Yes.
with your son. Where's your son today?
Yeah.
Even
Right.
though, you know, because sometimes when they get 20, you feel like they're grown.
Yeah.
No, go get that 20-year-old. Let's go do something with our youth. You know,
Oh, yeah.
and just have like all mothers
Definitely needed.
get their
I
sons and
love
have
that.
a sleepover,
A
or,
lock-in,
you know,
whatever.
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
you know, it just hit me one time. I was like, dang, if I was in position,
Beautiful.
I would do stuff like that. Like, just, you know,
Yeah.
to help, you know. So you gotta have that creative mindset to do so. I'm saying is people on council, they don't know the struggle, they don't know what's going on, or try to be creative to even do these things for. So they know, let's do this, you know, but you don't really know how to really tap into our kids' mental.
Exactly.
You know, so that's where I wish everybody would understand, not a racial thing or nothing like that, but it gotta be people
That's
if
connected.
the crime, wherever it is, if
Yeah.
the crime is in the city of Cincinnati and a lot of violence and all this stuff that's going on, you gotta have people on council who can connect, who can relate.
Yes.
They're mental to know different strategies to pull them back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To pull them back. So
Yeah, instead of just putting a Band-Aid on
Yeah.
and being reactionary. Oh my God, this is happening. Let's throw everything at the wall and see what sticks. No, plan something for these kids to do. You know you know the summer is coming up. You know that there's gonna be the Black Film Reunion. You know that there's gonna be the Jazz Festival. Like, it's just about planning with care. You know what I'm saying? Instead of just letting these things happen and then trying to take everything from them, plan for something for them to do so that they feel empowered.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
And then I see too, I was saying they were like, oh, the swimming pools and this and that. We're in a new different era. These kids don't want to go jump in no pool. Bottom line. So you got to be up to par with where the kids
New
meet 'em-
strategies, new
meet 'em where
strategies,
they
man.
at right now. So the pool, giving them free passes to the pool, that's all good in my era, in our years or whatever. But I think it's like Keita was saying about the YMCA or whatever to open longer or whatever. Have things in there that they like to do, because you have some kids who don't have their era to me is the game system. They want to be on a game all day. Yes, we do want to pull them away from that, but we got to know this is the new era. This even with adults, technology has taken over.
Yeah.
Even in those YMCA's or whatever, like she was saying, she wish they say open longer or this and that. Have it in there where they, I know they could be on a computer,
Competitions.
something in there for them to do while they there to things creativities where they're mental at now.
Yeah.
To contribute to what you're saying, to add to what you're saying, I also think that our community, we are uniquely as such. Our communities are unique. We face certain problems, and not just our community, because every neighborhood, every community is facing certain problems that they need to be addressed.
Yes.
But in particular with the Black community here in Cincinnati, whatever those problems that those predominantly Black communities face, those are the type of programs you need to start implementing to address those problems specifically.
Right.
There's not a magic wand that you wave, and then if you do this, then the whole entire city is just going to be okay.
Yeah.
There's unique problems to these unique kids, and we need to roll out those programs that addresses their neighborhood problems. So like you were saying, to have more at these centers. So if I have a predominantly Black neighborhood, but I don't know the percentage, so I'm not going to say a percentage, but if a lot of other communities own the businesses in their neighborhoods, then at those community centers, we should have programs teaching them how to create businesses. Because it's the problem in your community is that not enough of you own the businesses there. So guess what? I need to show you, like those little kids that be selling those waters and things like that.
Shout out.
There needs to be entrepreneur programs for those kids.
Yeah.
They're showing their potential right there. They're showing that they want more right there. So it should be programs directed to them,
Right.
to direct that energy. Because speaking of energy, a lot of our young teens and young men in general, young women in general, they have a lot of energy and they're fearless. They're fearless, but they're using that energy in a negative way.
Yes.
But
I
that
got you, Ronald.
fearlessness can be directed to something positive.
Absolutely.
Like politics, to where I am fearless. That's why I don't mind stepping on your toes. That's why I don't mind standing up to you, because my fearlessness isn't, I'm not taking it out against the people in my community. I'm going to take it out on you, because you have been perpetuating that problem in my community. And we need to take that fearlessness that we have in these kids, and we need to learn to direct it to things that are going to progress us.
And
Yes,
elevate
yes,
it.
yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
That's I want, and that's super important. I also wanted to say too, like, so my dad was a director of Cincinnati Recreation Commission, and I remember him getting home
Go ahead.
at I remember him getting home at like 10:15 every single night. Right?
What is it?
He said a lot. I'm with her.
Okay.
No, he said a lot. He said a lot.
okay.
So yeah, so I just wanted to finish this point. So he used to get home late. That's when the rec centers closed. Was at 10. So I wonder why they stopped that. My dad is furious about how they're running these recreation centers, and how they're not giving these kids a home base. Like the way he ran his centers, that people could come, it felt like home. There was games, there was competitions, there was karate, there was things that the kids, and he ran the rec center in Lynn Terrace.
Wow.
And he had them busy.
Right,
You know
right.
what I'm saying? And he loved them. And, you know, and he could see that there was a reduction in the violence around there, because you had a leader like my father. Shout out to Lewis Flanagan. You had a leader out there that was really loving the children. So that's what I wanted to put out there.
I want to say, thank you, Ronald Hummus, for the 99-cent donation. And also, he says, triggers on guns are partially the problem, but the triggers in our nervous system are even bigger.
That's a fact.
And he said, regulate the nervous system and deal with childhood trauma as I think you want to say community issue. Then we'll see a reduction in violence. This is why Donald Washington and hopefully becomes the vice mayor.
Hey,
You're right. Yeah.
that's so
Now,
true.
I want to say this. Now, back in my day when I was, I'm an ancient old guy right now, but back in my day when I was like 19, 18, we had a program, it was called Positive Peer Posse. And what we did, we had funding from what's his name? UDF, the one that owned UDF. But he passed. Carl Linder. He used to fund us all the time. Like give us go to King, go out of
where
town,
is he?
everything.
We need
He
you.
passed away.
Yeah.
He passed away.
Right, but
He passed away.
and I'm like, what are his
Where
kids
is
doing?
something like
yeah,
that?
yeah.
See, everybody's
Where the
different. It's
carbon
passed down to his son, so it might be a little different. But so we used to go to different schools, take trips out of town every day, and we would do positive raps, positive skits. But it was like so many of us in this big, large group, and that's all we did. Like we could be in the street, but when we come there, every day we practice. It kept us out the street.
Yeah.
We did positive raps. We was funded by nonprofits, and we were funded by people that were of profit. But it kept us off the street. We did positive rap, positive skits, and it was all. And I want to say, God rest his soul, Mr. Love. I call him like he's like my father, but he passed away. But he was like. He had us in there, man, practicing every day, and it was fun though.
Yeah.
It wasn't like something we felt like we had to do.
Yeah.
It felt like fun, man. It was a lot of like young men, young women, in adolescent years. Man, it was so fun, man, and it kept us out the street. So that's one program that I wish we could bring back because it kept so many. And I was like I used to dance in talent shows and be in the streets, but that poured me back.
So that sounds like a great program, and I remember like Elements. Do you remember Elements?
Yeah.
Like, Elements was a program,
They're
and
still,
then
they're still,
yeah.
but they moved and nobody knows that they moved.
and
I
then
think
also
Parkland.
I want to mention Timeless Studios. My boy X Evan, he owned Timeless Studios, and he's trying. He has the summer camps where he's bringing the kids to the studios, teaching them from top to bottom of how to engineer, how to make beats, how to rap, how to do all that. And he's finding it so tough just to get money for it. He's done had all the city councilmen and the mayor, everybody knows about his program. They came and seen it, and they oh yeah, we like it, but somehow he can't get the dollars.
We see you
Right.
better, Cincinnati.
So,
We'll say something.
Right, put a number on it.
right. Somehow he can't get the dollars for it. But it's
That's
contributed to like what you just said, something that they really like, something
They
that's
liked it.
engaging, something
Yeah.
that they're going to adopt, something
Yeah.
that they're going to embrace.
They don't want to be
Yeah.
inherently violent. They don't want to be out in the streets. They don't like this. This is not something that makes them feel good. Understand that. These kids are not inherently violent. They're actually geniuses. They know what they need. They know what they want.
Yeah.
That's why I said that I want to create a youth council that actually has a half a vote on city council. So
Wow.
where the schools participate, the inner city schools participate, they
Right.
elect somebody, a student to represent them on the city youth council so that, so that they can, we can hear them and listen to them and work with them instead of developing programming around them. Because you guys are right. Like, we just need to listen to what they want. This really isn't rocket science. It's literally just, it's just caring about the community. It's really common sense.
Yeah.
And so, when you are like AppTab and you have your eyes set on something else and you're, being selfish and thinking about your own career instead of the community, then you're trying to dictate what needs to happen from the top down to the council, and they're just listening to you. Then
Just
that's why-
because.
just because,
Just because, yeah.
they're just having a whole party down there. And he even makes comments and says like, oh yeah, like I love this council because nobody ever argues or objects to what I say. You think, but that's exactly why you need people like us up there to be like, no, AppTab, that's not right. No, why are you spending $380,000 on a curfew that if y'all were gonna do it, you should have did it from the beginning of the summer. So don't try it.
And hold on, and then to add to that, somehow you can just grab that
Yeah,
380,000
Out of
for that.
nowhere.
Magically can grab
But
it.
your friend can't get any funding.
Exactly. But
So
if I
come on,
say fund this kid program,
We don't have it.
Right.
come
Yeah,
on,
we're out
man.
of money.
Like this is
So they don't seem to want. They, to me, it seems like they really don't want to help the problem go away or see it solved. Like
Absolutely.
they keep wanting to say, "Well, we're going to do this," and but they still know it's going to create problems.
Absolutely.
But there's no solutions.
Absolutely.
Really.
Right.
It's very deceptive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They want to arrest their way out of it. They want to, they're very reactionary. It's like, come on, Cheryl, the city manager.
Cheryl?
Yeah. I feel like Cheryl, if you're listening, you need to do more. You need to do better.
Come on, Cheryl.
Community plans. You know
Come
what I'm
on,
saying?
Shirley.
You're the city manager.
on.
Man, girl, come on, do better. But again, she is getting her directives from AppTab. And whatever he says is okay, AppTab. Girl, do better.
She's scared to lose that seat.
So to me, what it sounds like, this me, and again, this is my first time even talking about politics because I'm not a politic person. But for what it sounds like to me is what they're doing to me is keep the chaos going over here. Let them fight. Let them do all this and this and that. So it'll block out for them doing this. And you
Yes.
don't want to even focus on where they taking the money to or whatever, because everybody on
pump
this
fake.
side still just fighting each other. They
pump
fighting each
fake.
other. That's what they're doing. Like, so no, we're not going to help y'all come to a solution to know that we're taking this money and putting it here. So y'all keep fighting, killing each other in this. We're not going to fund no money to help y'all stop that.
Exactly.
We're going to continue. So the money, we're going to take the big lumps up of money and build this and do that and that and that. Y'all not even paying attention because y'all too busy fighting.
What you're talking about is exactly divide and conquer.
Yeah.
That's
It's the
exactly
perfect.
what you said.
That's the perfect. And every time you see these violent, like these situations on the news, go read, go figure out if they just passed the legislation. Like you gotta understand, like that's a distraction, right? That's a distraction. And the thing is, they're not. If they really did want to help us with this problem, they
can.
Yes.
they can.
Yes.
They have the resources. We have the money. We have the resources. But they just choose not to.
Maybe you should speak to what you saw when you went to the downtown council.
Oh, thank you. That's what I was-
because
that's
that's
what-
exactly like
What
what you're
happened?
speaking
What
to.
happened?
Is exactly
gosh.
what we were talking about.
Oh my goodness, this was incredible. So I went down to the downtown residents council. Listen, you guys, go to that. Go to it. 99.9% Caucasian.
So it wasn't OTR, right?
No, it was not.
Not
It's called the
OTR.
Downtown Residents Council.
Yeah.
Never heard of it before,
Yeah.
right? None of you have probably ever heard it either. I didn't until that very day.
And what is it about?
So basically, I guess these are downtown residents, all white people
Like in the
room.
inner city, basically.
I guess, but it was
Maybe.
like people from 3CDC. I mean, I was really trying to figure it out. I was very confused. Like,
And what were they
who's in
doing? Like
this
speaking
room?
on changes to the communities?
Yeah, so this was like the day after there was a shooting. Oh, on Fountain Square. So AFTAB was there talking to them. It was literally like myself and one other lady who was a presenter that were Black in the room, and my husband.
Right.
And that was it, right? So AFTAB's down there. He's giving this whole like spiel about how he's gonna protect our city, whatever. But then like he starts taking questions. So this guy, there's this one guy that stands up and he's like, there's too many people smoking marijuana downtown on Fountain Square. That needs to stop. And he's like, yeah, you're right. Yes, right. He looks at the police officer. Let's make sure that these kids aren't smoking marijuana on Fountain Square. Boom. Then the next day you hear like the news, like, okay, City Council is about to implement and crack down on people smoking marijuana on Fountain Square. Second thing, why don't we, I'm tired of all this chaos going on at the bus stop. We need to move it. And I saw like, that was like, I saw this happen. I saw this guy say that. And he was like, okay, yeah, actually, you're right. And he's like, ever since these inner city kids started taking the metro, these CPS kids started taking the metro, there's a bunch of fights and chaos. We just need to move the bus. We need to shut down the bus station.
Talking about government.
The one
Government
government
Square.
square did that shut it down?
Not yet, but they're in the process of it. But look at this. That's prime real estate. So if they shut that down,
Right.
tear it down. Let's put a high rise up. Like, come on. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? And 3CDC was in the room like, yeah, let's shut it down.
They was with it. It was clapping.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
And
But
to
what?
further, I like that story because it shows that other people in other communities, when they speak, they heard and something is done about it.
Immediately.
That's sad,
Like,
man.
but when we speaking from our communities, it takes time. It's
Right.
everything doesn't happen overnight.
Right. All these
Literally
excuses.
having it overnight.
Right.
Literally having it overnight. Just because he's saying, but what did that have to do with the gun violence? What did that have to do? So basically, it's like it's these underlying messages that it's like, so like what I gathered after I was leaving the event is like, so basically you don't want Black people downtown. Is that what we're doing? You don't want young Black people downtown? So we're really just trying to make young Black people feel unwelcome downtown. And they're going to get arrested.
This is
and they're
better
gonna,
counsel.
they're going to crack
Cincinnati
down on them. They're smoking marijuana. It's like, but what does that have to do with the gun violence? Like they're trying to use gun violence to crack down on everything else except gun violence.
Right.
I digress.
So listen to this. Let's because your boy, you done spoke him up, Donald.
Yeah.
You done spoke better cheddar. Better Cincinnati. Oh man.
First of all, you're a coward because you don't show your face. But let's see what he's saying. Because I'm here for it today, and you gonna get it.
Okay, let me see. He got it.
Stepping on toes.
He got a couple of things. He said, Better Cincinnati says, I was summoned here because dude said my page name.
Okay, dude.
He said, to clarify, Ronald Washington is attempting to.
Not Ronald. Not Ronald.
He said Ronald. He said Ronald Washington. Ronald Washington is attempting to certify homes as residents versus commercial, which is not the conversation of connected communities. Maybe Don can explain the difference to Donald so he can learn and understand. And while he's talking about energy, that's why I blocked him, because he was fighting for his life and so wrong, and not minding or being fearful of being so fundamentally wrong.
Okay, so let me tell you what I said again, and this is my last time addressing you because you, like I told you, you're a clown. You won't show your face. So with that being said, there is verbiage in connected communities about zoning certain places for 3 and 4 units. I was a realtor before. 3 and 4 units are still considered residential properties. I said it would have to go a step further to say that only residential properties would be allowed to build in these areas. Residential loans, I should say. It has to be a residential loan in order to develop this. That way, individuals could develop their own neighborhoods and make money while they're doing it because they can rent out the other apartments. I never said take away people's homes. And what I'm saying is factual. What are you talking? 3 and 4 units are still residential. And we would not, it would have to have verbiage in there to say that you cannot make it commercial loans. What don't you understand?
Yeah. You said you explained that pretty well. What else you say right here? What is
He said, I can't see that.
it? Says handing over landlords to slumlords and landlords rather than protecting single family homes for homes.
So you automatically considering people who would get a multifamily a slumlord?
Right.
What are you talking about?
So I think so let me just try to analyze this. I think what this person is trying to say is that we want to make sure that there's safeguards in place, which I think this is what you're saying.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what you're saying. I think that's the disconnect is you are saying that there should be safeguards and mandates in place that will not allow slumlords, out-of-town developers to come in and displace people.
Absolutely.
So tell me about the 1 and 2 family homes. Because I'm trying to understand the disconnect.
So I am too. But I don't want to spend no more time on him. But listen, you have you can get a commercial loan. That is if you 5 units and up. If the building is 5 units and up, that means you have to take a commercial loan. That means you are it's commercial. Is what it sounds like. Developers, or you can be an individual that takes it too. But it's mostly developers. If it's 4 units and down. 4 apartments in the building and down, you can still consider that your residence, your residential home. You can put down a lower percentage for that place, and it's still considered residential. So that is not allowing developers to come and take over.
Okay. I agree with that.
I think he just it's somewhere
What are
y'all
you saying?
somewhere he
It's
didn't
always
understand
some
it.
type of miscommunication.
Yeah, because he said
where
it's
they
nothing to
found-
do with commercial. He's actually just wrong. We are talking about the actual zoning.
Right. Oh, yeah. The zone. Okay. So I think, right. So you're saying loans, but when we're talking about the legislation and the zoning laws.
In the zoning laws, and that's what was a gripe, that they was changing the zoning laws without the people input. And I keep repeating that. I said it would have to be zoned. If it was going to be zoned to 3 and 4 units, you would have to have a caveat in that to say
To mandate.
yes,
Yes.
to mandate it to say only residential.
Okay.
So
Okay. I'm good with that. I mean, I understand. Yeah, I understand that.
right. It says
So-
Ella. What is it? Ella Bell.
Ella Bell.
Ella Bell says, I know about community council. It doesn't seem like those who were present to speak on behalf of the community are actually from the community.
That's my Kyle.
You know Ella Bell?
That's
the one I was saying. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. What up, Al? What up with your L? Yeah. So it's a little bit of disconnect. Where?
We go stroll down.
That's better, Cincinnati.
No, go back up. We trying to answer these questions, y'all. Keep going. Okay, maybe that was it. That was Ella. It was Ella.
It was Ella. Yeah, that was Ella.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think better Cincinnati. I think you might be on the same page as Donald, but it's some that you're not understanding. You're not understanding what he's talking about. He is actually talking about the zoning, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, he's talking about the zoning. He's talking about the zoning. So maybe if you can, come at a better angle and not be so. I can't. I don't know, but
He's saying we're talking about zoning, not lending, and
Ronald-
he said
Ronald
Ronald
Washington.
Washington don't understand zoning.
he said,
Clear.
Oh, my
It's
God.
Donald
So
Washington.
better Cincinnati. What exactly are you saying as far as zoning? So he can know exactly what you're talking about. Then he can answer correctly if you feel he's incorrect. But let us know.
You guys
But
ever have people call in?
We should do that.
You
We should do that, but
should.
it's
No,
like people scared to call in.
We used to have a number.
We gotta do it next time. Have people call
and we
in.
used to have people call in, but nobody never called in. We
It was
would
a
get
couple of people that called
every
in.
blue moon. This would have been a good thing.
been
But I
great.
want to say, I want to,
Great.
Yes.
I want to say something.
Y'all want to come back?
I want to say something. I want to say something.
Absolutely, as many
Now,
times as-
speaking to the gun,
I can see stuff on here.
speaking to the gun violence, it's a guy that I know that you need to connect with because we had him on the show. Remember Jackie? Jackie, Mr. Jackie Jackson.
Jackson.
He's actually, I can't think of the name of that program that he's in, but it's
about gun
basically
violence.
all about gun violence.
Oh wait, somebody is texting me who was listening to, was in real time listening and
Okay.
was clarifying and saying zoning is about how many units can go in a building, period. We need to restrict the zoning to not be multiplex because that is what displaces families from being about to have a home.
So again, I can only respond again. You're right. That's why 3 and 4 units are still considered residential. That's the only thing I can. That's the only thing I can say.
Okay.
So yeah.
This is interesting.
It's
y'all.
interesting about the
Very
zoning.
interesting.
But I
because
think-
never know all this stuff.
I think you guys might be on the same
Educated on
page.
nothing.
Right, I think you guys might be on the same page, but it's like something that
Just
you
ain't
know,
clicking. It
something
ain't
that clicking
Yeah.
somewhere.
But
But
that's okay. You
Yeah,
know,
something
could
just ain't
agree to
clicking between the
disagree.
both of them. Exactly.
But I also wanted to say to you, and maybe you too, as far as like the programs where the children can get into where they develop business. It's a young lady, I can't think of her last name, but Nzinga.
I love her.
You know
Nzinga
Nzinga?
Bird?
Yeah, Nzinga
Shout
Bird.
out to Nzinga
Yeah,
Bird.
she has a
She's
program.
such a- she is such a
Yes,
queen.
she's been on our podcast.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
love
yeah.
her
Yes,
so much.
She's been on.
Yeah,
She's awesome. She's
Absolutely.
awesome.
Yeah, she has a program that's developed to for young kids, young children. You know, they teach them how to get into business, and they also like I think it's like they go to a little through a little step, and then they actually sell their product to the to buying customers, and they also teach them how to write grants.
It's a nonprofit.
Yeah,
and
nonprofit.
Yes, and it's like
Her
an
store is like
entrepreneurship.
13
like for young
13
kids.
You know what
yeah,
13th
and
Street
that was,
is?
That was another, yeah, and
I
it's
wonder,
right
I wonder,
downtown.
yeah, I wonder if she got some money from the city.
She might
don't know,
have.
but
I
she-
saw
she
Jan
teaches how to
Michelle
write
in her-
grants.
I
Okay,
saw
well, great,
Jan Michelle
great.
at,
Yeah,
at
we
her
need to do that.
shop.
Yeah.
And that was another idea that I had. So I was like, I want to create a flea market, like a Gen Z flea for the youth,
Oh,
for the
that'd be
kids to
slick,
be able
yeah.
to, you know. So it's only youth run and led,
That'd be
and
slick.
only youth vendors because
Yeah,
you know what I'm
yeah.
saying. They know how to braid hair. They can do services. They can sell things. So like again, creating these platforms for them to thrive.
They would really
You know
be.
what I'm saying? And I think that would be so
Yeah, that would be.
cool.
It
Like
would be.
it's
Giving them
just
something to do to get their head from other
exactly
Nzinga Bird, yeah.
exactly.
Alabama,
that's
yeah,
something for
Nzinga
them to
Bird.
work on, look forward to. Let's do it on a regular basis.
good idea.
You know, I was told that, and I want to talk to somebody at Crossroads. And you know what? Regardless if I'm on city council or not, I'm still doing it. So being on city
Awesome.
council
Awesome.
isn't, you know, that's not going to stop me from doing the things that I need to do. I want to make that very clear. I mean, I'm going to win, but also, you know, I'm going to still develop these programs regardless.
Yes, love
You
it,
count on me.
love it. Now, you know you ain't want to run into the area that we did last time. We ran, but I don't care. We got all
chilling.
day. We got all day.
I'm chilling.
But I wanted to know. I call this at the end of the day. At the end of the day, you want to know what, Donald? What you want to know? At the end of the day, this is it.
At the end of the day, you can expect transparency from me. I'm not for sale. I am an independent because it's been too long that our community has been voting nothing but Democrat, and our communities are still the same. As I mentioned earlier, they keep telling us that it takes time. It takes it's a process. But yet, the man speaking at the downtown council said, "Hey, those kids can't smoke weed on the square," and the next day they couldn't smoke weed on the square. So don't keep telling us it takes progress. I mean, process. It takes time. Because we don't have any more time, to be honest. We don't have any more time. So this what I'm saying is the responsibility on you as the voter, because we can't keep voting just for two parties. It's that simple. Like if both parties got your vote no matter what, then what do they have to do for you?
Right,
Like,
expecting different results.
It's insanity.
Come on.
Like, so listen, I am here for the people. A vote for me is a vote for we, and I mean it.
At the end of the day, Don,
At the end of the day, you know, whoever, if you've met me out there, you've seen me campaigning, you know I'm authentic. You know where my heart is, and that's what I'm always going to be. That's how I'm always going to make decisions, with authenticity, with care, with you and my heart. You know, that's what I've been saying. This is heart led. And that's just the type of person that I am. I'm always going to lead with heart. I'm going to start with care. I'm going to think about you. I'm going to think about the relatives you've lost. I'm going to think about the young Black men that are incarcerated. Anybody who's been incarcerated. This really isn't just necessarily a Black or white issue. It's an economic issue. And understand that I'm here for you. I'm here to be your voice. You know, I don't have any big dreams to become some governor somewhere. So I'm going to continue to keep Cincinnati in my heart, in my focus, and understand that at the end of the day, I love you guys. This ain't nothing but love.
Yes.
This is passion. This is pain. This is heart. This is authenticity. And I'm not going anywhere. So.
Right. Now, you say you had a little time on your hands. Your girl Ella Bell says, "Can we talk about wraparound service for whole families, the child and the family? What does that look like to you?"
Talking to me?
I would say so. Both of you
Okay.
guys, either one of you guys.
Okay, well, so one of the things that one of my visions, one of my plans is to create, instead of connected communities, pathway communities.
Okay.
Okay, so what do these pathway communities have in them? Affordable housing, wraparound services. So basically, you know, if, you know, in this community, so something like this, maybe not as luxurious as where we are right now, but, you know, something along the lines of this that has, that gives communities access to therapy, trauma recovery, you know, for the entire family. When they go home, it's there for them, and it's not just something that is provided for in terms of just if you have the time to do it or the money to do it. It's going to be free services. And that's what I look at when I think about a pathway. It's addressing the entire family. It's giving them the opportunity to, every time they pay rent, invest in a trust fund and save up this money that accrues interest. It's looking at the family and looking at their issues and looking at their goals and addressing it holistically. So that's what I think about when I think about wraparound services.
Well, I don't think I could say anything better than that.
Wow.
I don't. And so if that was brought forward, I would support it 100%.
Yeah.
We need it.
Now, I'm going to say this because I know it's about to be some intenseness to this. There's going to be some intenseness to this. So check this out.
Okay.
So let me see. Oh, man. It said there should be better Cincinnati. There should be a better test for people to become city council members is the last thing I'm going to say. If you don't know what a zoning variance is, then you need to go to community council and learn before sitting on city council. That's all I'm going to say. Then he ran out the door. He ran out the door on you, bro. He ran out the door.
Cincinnati.
But we appreciate you, man. We
I don't have
appreciate
any
you.
more energy for the guy.
You say you no energy, no energy.
like,
I think you guys are going to meet
guess
one
what,
day and have to
buddy?
be on the
Like,
same page.
yeah, okay, you didn't vote for me. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
Right.
Everybody gonna have different opinions, and that's okay.
Yeah, that's okay.
That's okay.
It's a fun. It's a,
You know,
yeah.
I think a gentle way of saying it is, you know, for maybe you to read about the legislation a little bit more. That's all you had to say. Better Cincinnati.
But okay, look, okay, I will say this. Look, you
Here
keep saying
first,
this.
he been in the war.
Right.
So
Go
listen,
ahead.
look,
I'm just
here's
Oh,
what
no, before you say that, I want to say something real funny. Better Cincinnati said, "Buy wonderful people, buy wonderful, beautiful people, except Washington."
Okay, listen. Okay, so listen. He said displacement, right? You're gonna displace people out of their homes, right? That's what he
Right.
said. That's his argument, right? So he's saying if you zone these areas for 3 and 4 families, you're gonna displace people out of their homes, right?
Out of their single family home.
Out of their single family homes.
Yes.
If I keep saying that 3 and 4 units are still residential, so me as a buyer, if I would like to purchase a 3 or 4 unit, this is my home. Do you not understand what I'm saying when I say that it is a residential loan? You have to live there. So who am I displacing?
That's a good question.
Who am I displacing? If
That's a good
I am a person that wants to make that type of purchase and this area is zoned for that, who am I
So
displacing?
you're saying like it's an optional variance, meaning, okay, so basically what you're saying isn't that like you're going to take certain sections of a neighborhood and it could only be zoned for said properties? Are you saying that?
And for those properties,
Okay.
it must be residential loans. So the commercial people can't come and buy them up.
Okay, that's the point.
Right.
The commercial people can't
That's the
come.
point.
That's why I kept reiterating
But
residential loans.
that doesn't mean that there can't be a single family home.
Right. It doesn't mean that it can't be.
Right, and I think that's the disconnect.
Right.
I hope we got some understanding there. I
Yeah.
really hope.
What's your at the end of the day, babe? What's at the end of the day for you? What's the end of the day?
My end of the day, as far as this me learning and being educated on this politic, and I'm gonna go back to the Jordan slate because the Jordans have their own slate, and I'm gonna tell you why the Jordans have their own slate. I'm gonna start with the 2 that's here, and then I'm gonna, So for one, I would say go vote for Donald Washington because he is young. He is from the community of downtown, and majority of a lot of crime is more young Black men. So if he can be the face, and he's in this era of all the crime that's going on with the age group, he can do a lot. He can help. He got more of the gun violence to help get the guns off the street. Get somebody on council who look like the people that the violence that needs help.
Who's in touch?
So that's one reason why I say vote for Donald Washington. He'd have been on our podcast 3 times. We didn't get to know him, a lot. We support him. We just recently met Miss Dawn, and I like everything that she was saying. Like, she
makes
says
sense.
it makes sense. They do need more, programs for not just only
Our
the
youth.
children. not just only for the youth. Like she said, for people who, just for trauma, who done went through things.
Families.
For families, bring, to get that, because majority of us is the ones that have the most trauma. We're having the most trauma, and I'm not going to say that the other cultures are, have less, trauma, but they get more support. Our communities don't get the support, so I say vote for Dawn because she wants to help the families, for trauma and things of that nature. That's why I say vote for Dawn.
Yes.
Then I say, and then they still young. I mean, I'm still young too, but they still young.
They're
get
more in
some-
tune with the youth.
With the youth.
Yeah.
So get some young people in there. Then I'm gonna say vote for Lakita Cole. Lakita Cole, that's my girl. I say she already been on council. She knows a lot.
She knows a
know
lot.
Her shit.
Her
I'ma
and-
just
her
say
and
it like
Champion,
that.
yeah, she knows a lot.
knows it. She knows. She'd have been around the people who are already on council, and she can be, with the newcomers. Bring her, bring Lakita back on there. She know what she's talking about. She already been there. She's seasoned. That's how, I'm not, my job profession is different. I'm a nurse. I like to, get the younger people under my, my wing and show them the way. Show them the way. You got people like, I'm an LPN, but you got new RNs that don't know the way. They just got their license, but I've been 18 years as a nurse, an LPN. I can teach the RN things. So I would say bring somebody back who is seasoned, and Lakita Cole is seasoned. The younger ones can learn from her. She can tell them the right, the wrong. Let's do this, let's do that. So I say bring Lakita back because she is for our people. Then I say, I just met him. I
The
know
whole-
the Stephon Pryor. I mean, the man, his voice is strong, as y'all can see. people gravitates toward him.
Opinion is very strong.
Yeah, people gravitates toward this man. When he speak, I'm serious, y'all. I be sitting back listening. Like I'm in school, like he's doing a lecture. Like I say, we need people like that. That's
gonna fight for you.
That's gonna fight for you. Gonna hold people accountable. Who's not afraid? Not saying y'all not afraid, but he's just very, firm about his. He's going to tell it like it is, and he's not. He don't care who like it or what. Because he know what he's talking about.
Right.
He know what he's talking about, and he's for the people. So I say vote for Stephon Pryor too, because you need somebody on there that's going to hold them accountable. So that is why we pick. That's the Jordan Slate.
Jordan Slate.
That's the Jordan Slate.
Which I hear we need one more.
They say I don't, because I'm not politics, so I don't understand. They said somebody said divine five or whatever. These the ones that I really been doing my research on. And if my five again, I said Marcia Frutel. I say go vote for her for the education. Go vote for her for the education.
Board of Education.
Board of Education. So if that's our divine five, we can add one on from not city council just for that. Then that's
we could.
That's the Jordan Slate right there. I also was that last week was just on? Or do you,
yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm. And Keita made something too. She said, vote for the judges. Don't forget your judges.
The right judges.
And the right judges. And I think, and when she said that, I'm like, okay. Again, I'm new to all this and I'm just learning. So I'm like learning from everybody. Like I go on everybody's page, trust me. And, just doing my own research on things or whatever. I feel like I had made something, then I took it down because I said no, because I didn't want to stir up something I didn't know. So I want to be educated on little things. So when she said vote for the judges, I'm like, I sat up and I said, I think it is important because if we have the right judges on there, not, just fair judges. And we had the right judges on there because when people get into, crime, they don't have they got to spend all this money on these high priced lawyers when we could just have fair judges. Instead of spending so much money on a high priced lawyer, just get the right fair judges down there. Yeah. It's going to be fair.
That would help.
And that would help. It would really help, I think.
And also, you got some of these judges out here that are putting these kids right back on the streets who have just committed murders and really bad crime, violent crimes, and that's completely unacceptable. So to me, it's like, look, if you murder somebody, all bets are off. I'm not talking to you about these programs because you do not hurt each other. Don't do that. So but we have these judges out here that are just giving them a slap on the wrist, putting them right back on the street, and they commit crimes immediately. So these judges, I'm like, they're perpetuating this problem. If these people if these young kids had these, if they weren't just getting a slap on the wrist and they had bigger consequences, then they wouldn't continue to create, commit violence on each other and be able to just perpetually do that. So, I think that's very important. I don't know how people feel about it, but I do feel like that is a problem because if you out here shot somebody and you get, paroled and get right back out on the street
and do the same thing,
they're going to keep doing that. So I don't understand, we got to figure that out. And these judges that are currently in office are doing that. So that's why that's important.
So I would say, like, as far as the fair judgment is like, too, don't say like, okay, the white kid get off and then the black kid
get 100 years.
Time. Be fair with the crime. Be fair with the crime. You pick the right judges that's gonna be fair with the crime, because I didn't seen it, often where you can have a white kid or somebody can kill somebody and they get less time. Then you have a black one and they get more time. So when I'm saying the judges, be fair with the timing, with however they're gonna handle it, whatever sentence, be fair. Like all that need to be fair, because it just be crazy to me. Like, how did they, get off and then they got that time? Yeah, so just be fair with the time. So those judges, vote for the right judges.
Ella Bell said the judges are our justices, and please read up about them prior to voting.
Yeah,
and
that's
she also
super
said
important because some of these judges really get caught in the politics and allow these politicians to dictate what they should do, and they end up losing their way. Like even for example, my uncle Odell, rest in peace, he used to be the coroner, and even with the coroner, they used to try to tell him. He used to go out to crime scenes, and they used to try to tell him how to do his job, like how to determine, how this person
So
died.
they could go their way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. When if the police accidentally shot somebody, they will try to get him to say one thing or another that wasn't the
Corrupt.
actual truth. And
Right.
that's why he actually stopped being the coroner, is because
And they was pressuring him too.
Absolutely, absolutely. And he was like, no,
That's scary.
I'm not gonna lie for you guys.
That's scary.
Because they have, they have this reputation to uphold. They want to perpetuate what's going on in our community. It's blatant. It's in our face. And, that's why you got to get these people out of here.
Vote for newcomers.
Yeah,
Change is always good.
Ella Bell
Change
said
is
jail versus programming is an issue here. There are no programs to help heal, mediate, and reinstate people into the community. Programming should be available in jails during their sentences.
I agree with that.
I agree. Yes.
Yeah. Matter of fact, I was just talking to the I'll just say somebody high up that works for JFS and works with troubled youth. And I mean, she was saying that she's been trying to fight for programming, like when they end up going to this,
Understand
I
why
don't
it's
know
so
the name
hard.
of the kids' prison, but when the kids go
Juvenile
to this-
detentions.
No, it's like once you get like convicted, there's
Right.
like a juvenile like prison.
For juveniles on.
What is it?
For you said for juveniles only?
For the juveniles.
Right.
And so she's been trying to fight for wraparound services and programming so that they can be rehabilitated. But she's been met with, with challenges. Oh, it's gonna take time. Like they're not doing it. And this is a person working
That's
in
crazy.
the system at JFS begging for the council.
They don't want it to
give her
go
the
down.
funding. Yeah,
They want it to keep on happening, man.
They got 380,000 for that curfew.
380,000.
Right, they get that 3G.
Right.
300 G's.
Yeah. 380.
Yeah. I want to say at the end of the day, look at this. Think outside the box.
Yeah.
Think outside the box. Stop being stuck in this box, having the same old people on those seats that's doing absolutely nothing for our community. I'm not saying, stop doing something for other communities, but you have to, it can't be tipping the scale. It has to be a good balance. You have to be fair in this game. And I believe that the Jordan Slate, I really believe, man, that they will truly get the job done. Now, I know it's going to be some struggling, some roadblocks, but guess what? If they work as a team like they say they are, they can get over those humps.
Yes.
And I also believe at the end of the day, it's our job as a community for us people, to get down to those polls. Do something different in your life. Make a change. Instead of complaining all the time, guess what? Get up and do something about it, man. You know what I'm saying? You want to complain, this is not right. That's not right. Guess what? You're sitting back watching Netflix and chilling too much. So let's get out there and vote, man. Let's get out
Your
there and
vote
vote and do
does
what's
Can I
right.
add this before we go? Can I
Yes,
add this
yes,
before we go?
please.
Because I told the people I would tell them who I voted for.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I wanted to be, honest and true. Yes.
Be
So,
transparent.
I voted for the vice mayor. I voted for the vice mayor because when I'm in the community talking to people, I hear nothing but good things about her.
Okay.
And that's genuine. Like I haven't been to a person that has not said something good about the vice mayor. So I voted for her. I voted for Scotty Johnson. He won me over during the forums. I've been to a couple forums with him, and I wasn't on his side at first, just being transparent. But during the forums, I saw that I believe he just needs some help. He wants to try things, but he has a weak counsel.
Yeah.
So those were the only two incumbents I voted for. And of course, I voted for Don. Of course.
Okay, Don.
Of course. I voted for myself. I voted for Stefan. I voted for Lakita, and I voted for Raphael Prophet, and I also voted for Brandon Nixon. Brandon Nixon, he's a genuine guy. Like he really wants to do something. And every time I hear him speak, I hear the passion in his voice. And I appreciate that. So those were the people I voted for. Oh, wait. And Liz Keaton. That's my name. Liz Keaton. She's actually a Republican, but at the forums, again, she's youth driven. Every time she speaks, I am in agreement, at least as far as her perspective on what we need to do for the youth. So she definitely got my vote.
Yeah.
Right.
I
What
hope
about
she means
you? Didn't vote
it.
for Farmer?
Liz, I
Hey,
hope-
Liz.
You didn't vote for Farmer?
I like
No,
Liz.
no.
Hey, Liz.
You didn't vote for Farmer?
I thought he dropped out. Did he drop out?
I don't know. But I hope he getting better, man. On some real shit, I hope he getting better.
Yeah. Get better.
Right, get better, bro.
Yeah,
Come back with a new strategy, homie.
Yeah.
And get off of that R and get to the D's, bro.
Okay.
Come on, man. Come on, baby.
But honestly, I mean, because Kevin does have a lot of passion, and I think his heart's in the
just
right
on the road.
place.
Yeah.
It's just, you know, he just got caught up. But yeah, you're in my prayers, Kevin. I really
Yeah, definitely,
am
man.
thinking about you, and I hope that you're doing okay.
Yes. So we want to say, man, at the end of the day, thank you so much for tuning in. And if you missed this, tell a friend to go on YouTube. Product of the City Podcast is blowing. And this episode right here is going to do the same thing. Let's probably do better than the last one. I don't know. Who knows? It might do better.
Yes.
But I know Don said that she would come back. So we want to keep giving them this platform to keep getting the word out
We're
there.
gonna have the four back again. We're gonna have them come back again.
This time we're gonna have the call in thing set up so y'all can call in. And
Yeah,
we can
call in.
Hey, Better Cincinnati, man, we want you to call in. We're
Call
gonna have
in,
the line
Better
set up so you can
Cincinnati.
really
Call
we want to hear
in.
what you got to say,
We wanna
because we don't
hear
want
from
you
you.
breaking your thumbs texting. Because you like he answered me like, hold on, let me say this to this motherfucker, Mr. Donald. Hold on, Mr. Ronald Washington. So yeah, we gonna.
we gonna do another one. We don't know the date
My
yet,
hat
but we gonna
almost
put it
flew
out
off on that
there.
one.
We gonna bring them back. Hopefully, Keita and Stefan can come back on.
We trying to get it before the 4th?
Before the 4th. We
Yeah,
gonna
we
get it
gonna
before
get
the
it before
4th.
the 4th.
Even we have to do a weekday. I don't know what y'all weekdays looking like.
Yeah.
So even if we have to do a weekday,
Right.
to get them. So be looking out for
Yeah.
that. We're gonna bring the Jordan
weekdays.
Slate back on.
Yes.
On here.
I
So-
would love
Yes.
a call in.
So
Let's
we're gonna
go.
we're gonna do a call in. So, but
Yeah.
until the meantime, we gonna end this episode. We
And what's
appreciate
this?
y'all
Is this a
for-
girl thing? Or
That's
is
a
it-
girl thing.
Oh, okay, let me stop doing
Yeah,
that.
don't do that.
Don't do it. Don't do that.
Don't
Don't do that.
Don't
do that.
Don't do it. I got you.
I'm gonna do this.
Clack it.
I'm gonna do this. Yes.
Yes.
Until the meantime,
In between time,
I hope y'all learned a lot from them because I do. I for some reason I don't know why I'm enjoying this. I might run one
political-
year.
Yes.
let's go.
And I'm gonna back my baby. And you better vote for her.
I might come take somebody's seat down there.
go.
Hey, Liz.
Oh, Annabelle. I mean, oh my bad. Yeah. That's what's up.
I might come get y'all
Yeah.
seat down.
Somebody in
yes.
Mika's family told me today they weren't voting for her.
Ooh,
Wow.
your family?
Ooh, we getting it.
And did.
It's time to detoxify the system. We're gonna get these.
Oh yeah, and I got my splash. Yep, and I got my splash.
Detoxify the council. Get us out of there.
Yes.
I'm loving this. I'm having fun with it. I'm new to this, just learning from everybody. And like I said, the Jordan 4 Slate, vote for them, get them on. See y'all next time.
Peace. We love
New
y'all.
way.
We love y'all. Peace.
Just a product of the city.